The following program is a public access production. Comcast is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Comcast is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Phil Evans, better known as Phillydachef. I own and operate a catering and personal chef business. I operate out of the south suburbs and Chicagoland area. I offer healthy alternatives to families and individuals who don't have the time to make their own dinners, lunches, breakfasts throughout the week. We are more than willing to take that burden off your hands. We enjoy doing it, and it will be a pleasure for us to be able to do it for you. Like I said, I also offer a personal chef business where me and myself and a small number of my staff, excuse me, will come over and we'll actually cook on site for you and your guests. I got started in this business a few years back. My mom actually, she was a supervisor at DCFS, and she got a promotion, and she started going on business trips a lot. So that basically started my cooking career, and cooking for friends and friends of friends. My passion grew, and the love of my food grew. And I was more than willing to share it with the world. And I hope I have the opportunity to share it with you as well. Getting into the business itself, the business aspect of it, there are rules and regulations. You definitely have to be sanitation certified. It's a Serve Safe certification that you'd have to accomplish. It is a very detailed quiz and test, but it's definitely very useful for our field. We need it. We definitely hold you all's lives in our hands, and we take our business very seriously. So making sure that you have the best food, the best quality food, is something that a caterer, a chef definitely does. If that's something that you are thinking about getting into, you definitely have to be certified and registered with the city and state. You have to be insured. And once you know all the red tape and stuff like that is taken care of, then make sure you put out a good quality product. Chefs, caterers, people in the food service industry are some of the most underpaid people and underappreciated people, actually. I have people and friends who are like in the retirement communities, and they cook there. And just thinking that your grandmother or your great-grandmother, your great-aunts, we take care of those people, we make sure that their quality of life, is sustained. We actually, nutrition is a big thing for us, especially nowadays with everybody wanting to go green and, sustainable crops, and, everybody wants to buy local. I'll get into the importance of that, but it is very important that you do such things. But excuse me. But getting back to what I was saying, we chefs, we definitely take our job very seriously. Those in the healthcare industry, we definitely make sure that you have the nutrients that you need to sustain the quality of life that I know most people want to have. Um, a lot of people cook their food, they overcook their food, and they cook it to the point where all the nutrients are actually not in the food that you're consuming anymore. And it's important that, I know a lot of cultures out here are accustomed to cooking their food to death, basically. Um, but it really does yourself an injustice to do that. And if you do plan on getting into, the food service industry, um, that's something to definitely think about. And those who are already in the food service industry, take pride in, that's my advice, take pride in what you do because, you definitely do a lot in the world. I mean, you sustain life, the quality of life for most people. It's more of a perk that your food tastes great, and you get the opportunity to taste all these blended cultures and spices and herbs and things like that. But it's more important that you realize that the food is there to nourish your body. And when you overcook your food, um, you really defeated the purpose. I mean, it might taste great, don't get me wrong. When you smother stuff and, when you braise something until it's falling apart, it's great, but, a lot of times the nutritional value of some of the more delicate foods, it loses. But it's a good thing that the food industry in itself is growing the way that it is, and there are so many people out here wanting to make sure that the quality of life in people is sustained, and then people have the quality of life that they really want to have in their elder years. But getting back to what I was going to say about the importance of locally grown foods, if you think about it, no facts or anything, I'm not going to, badmouth any companies or anything like that, but just think about it. Your food comes from another country. For your food to be ripe, or even just getting ripe, how early must they, pick that fruit or pick that food? And then it sits around. I mean, nothing happens immediately, so it does sit around, and it's aging, but it's cut off the tree, it's cut off from its food source, so it doesn't have the nutritional value that it should have in the get-go. If people who travel, you can ask them about getting the local food from its origin. You go down to Florida and get an orange, it does not taste like what it tastes like here. Anybody who goes to Florida will tell you that. I've been down there, it's like night and day. But it's very important that you support the local farmers, and just for your own personal health benefit, you should definitely buy local. A lot of times you're getting that fruit or that vegetable, days from picking instead of weeks from picking, and you'll taste the difference. You'll thank yourself. Your body will thank you. I don't know how much advice I would have left to give. I would guess that those that are losing their passion, a lot of times we're in these thankless jobs But hang in there. You know, your hard work and your dedication. Somebody's out there eating your food and appreciating it. If you think you can do better, you should take a chance. Step out there. Start your own. You know, you got that thing that everybody asks you for. See if you can get the whole world to ask for. It's very important that no matter what it is in life, you know, you kind of follow your dream. Um, I was lucky enough to have some events occur in my life. So I worked at Motorola, and I was in IT for a while. Had a great career, you know, it was great. And then our department got outsourced. Once that occurred, you know, I took the opportunity. You know, definitely not the best thing in the world that could happen, but you know, you always have a choice in how you look at things and how you take things. So I chose to look at it as an opportunity, and I went to culinary school. I went to Washburn, which is a part of Kennedy King. A great program. I graduated with an associate's there, and from there, you know, I've always wanted to do my own. I don't know if it was a little bit of vainness or you know, overzealous for myself, you know, but they say all chefs got it. You know, we all kind of feel ourselves a little bit, but I always felt like I could do it, you know, a little bit better than the next guy, you know. So you know, while I'm working at various places, and you know, I'm taking an opportunity now. My business isn't booming, but it's growing. You know, it's important for me to like be able to just, you know, show my kids, you know, that if you want something out here, you can definitely do it. And I would encourage anybody, you know, that thing that when you think about it makes you smile. Excuse me. You should definitely, you know, go for it. You know, I wouldn't definitely throw all your eggs in the basket. You know, always make, you know, the best decisions you can for, you know, yourself and those around you. But you know, definitely take some time out for you to pursue the things that you love. You know, you'll live longer. You'll love yourself. You know, if you're the type of person that believes what you put out into the world, you know, comes back to you. When you're feeling great, when you're feeling great like that, you know, when you're doing something that you set out to accomplish, you know, you put out a good vibe, and good things come back to you. You know, just because, you know, you've tried and you might not have been successful before. You know, my dad always said, nothing a second before it's time. You know, try again. Try again. You know, just like anything, very seldom does it come out perfect the first time. You know, but you try again, you perfect your procedure, your methods, and you come out on top. You know, that's what you do. You work hard, and you know, you do things, you know, that will aid you in helping yourself, basically. Okay. I guess I'll definitely show you how to dice up an onion real quick, and then I'll julienne the other one. Just so you know, it's not like on TV in the food service industry. We always got on plastic gloves. I'm not doing this because I'm at home, and I'm gonna eat this myself. Always use it all. There you go. You would definitely use these diced onions or even the julienne onions for like a stew or something like that. I use these peppers. These are great to put in stews. Usually what you want to do is when you're preparing a meal is you want to think from the fork back. You got to think how they're going to be eating this food. If it's going to be in a spoon, then you might want to have small bite-sized pieces, something like that, so that, you know, if you have multiple ingredients, then you're able to have one of each or a little of each into each spoonful that they have. When it comes to forks, then you know you basically just want to have something that's a forkful. You know, you want to have your meat cut in a way that your audience, the person who is actually eating your food, can eat it and enjoy it. So just some of the things that you should probably think about when you're, you know, entertaining guests. You know, when you got your own stuff going on, there's nothing worse than not being able to taste, you know, all the components of a meal, because, you know, you got a big old gigantic piece of potato, and then you got peas. You know, how do you get all that together? But the combination of the food is good, you know, but you never know because, you know, it's not what it should be. If you notice, I'm kind of cutting skin side up. Makes it a little easier, for me at least. Everybody got their own techniques. Definitely always just keep your fingers away from the blade. That's why you always see me tucking. Definitely you don't want to get yourself with a blade, especially a sharp one. Always keep your knife sharp. And it's funny, you'll definitely hurt yourself on a dull knife before you hurt yourself on a sharp knife. You can ask anybody. They slip, you know. You know, basically, you gotta do too much, you know, with this. You know, basically, a good sharp knife, you go right through it, no problem. And that's basically what you want. You want the knife to be able to do the work for you. You know, I guess each knife is going to be individual to the person who get it. I like a big, kind of a heavy knife. I like to know I got something in my hand. Some people like a thinner knife, and I have used them, and they're not bad. But I just, you know, this is my preference. You should really not have to do too much with a good knife. Okay, so my new little toy, I just got in the mail actually today. This is my new meat grinder. I am going to start making my own sausage and ground meats for all of my dishes that I create in my catering business and personal chef service. Basically what it has is 3 different plates here. There's a coarse, a medium, and a fine. And this is where basically you would put your meat up here. This is the plunger, and you push it down, you know, to kind of help it out a little bit, and it pops out here. And I learned how to make sausage and everything when I was in school, and I was always kind of intrigued by that. So yeah, this is my chance. I'm gonna try it out, and you know, hopefully my clients, they'll enjoy it, and maybe I'll get the opportunity for you to be able to taste it as well. Most diabetics can probably, if not only control, but reverse their diabetes through their diet. Um, there are a lot of spices and foods, if you're willing to kind of change your eating habits, that will definitely reverse. I knew a guy, he went on a diet, where he basically cut out carbs and things like that, just the bad carbs. I mean, you always hear about the good and the bad. Whole grains and things like that are what you need in your diet. But to say what I was saying, you can, through like things like cinnamon and avocado and just basically fresh fruits and vegetables, lean meat. I mean, I wouldn't say cut out meat, because you definitely need your protein. And although beans help a lot, and you kind of need meat. Just my opinion. I know people out here have different lifestyles and things like that and don't agree, but I'm one to believe that you should eat food, and meat is food, and you should eat. But you can control a lot of things. Disease, such like diabetes and stuff like that. Disease is basically what it says it is, the diseasing of your body. Through proper nutrition, easier said than done, no stress, and things like that. Just a healthy lifestyle. You're able to combat a lot of things, a lot of illnesses, and it's proven. It's the information is definitely out here for people who are seeking it, and an alternative, if not in a supplementary way to help with these diseases, especially diabetes. Diabetes affects most families, somebody in it. It affects my family. And I try to encourage the best that I can, just like I'm trying to encourage now. Your diet will definitely Better Choice Catering and Personal Chef Services is not just your ordinary catering service. We offer things on our menu like shark, soba noodle service. We do out of the ordinary dishes. We do crab crusted catfish. We do Yukon Gold potatoes with white chocolate and cream cheese. We do things that most people do not do. We cater so much. If you go to our site, www.phillydachef.com, you can see a sample of some of the things that we do. We have menus up for you to view, and believe you me, that's not all we do. I put up some of our most popular dishes just so you can get a sample of, the kind of things that we like to do. If ever you want to contact me, I am reachable, I'm available. Small parties, big parties, intimate engagements, we're there for your culinary needs. My email address is phillydachef@gmail.com. That's phillydachef@gmail.com. If I can make a recommendation on dietary changes that a lot of us, including myself, probably need to do a little bit better at, is increase your vegetables and fruits. Decrease the amount of bread although I love bread. Bread is one of the best things ever invented. But, you gotta kind of watch it. Especially as we get up in age, it's a lot harder, for us to lose, around the midsection area. I'm sure a lot of us, I'm definitely going to say us, a lot of us can, attest to. Even if you like to listen to the, USDA and the government and stuff like that, even they say, you should increase the amount of fruits and vegetables. Our food pyramid, and our daily allowances, they change from time to time as a lot of these companies and third party people get grants to do these studies, and they found out, surprisingly, that fruits and vegetables are good for us. And they suggest now that we eat more, and I kind of agree with that. I'm definitely an advocate for bacon. Some people might disagree, but I have a T-shirt that says "Bacon makes it better," so it must be true. The way I like to cook, is not always the healthiest, but I do cook, healthy for my clients, because, their their health is more important to me than anything. I give them great food, but definitely the most nutritious way that I possibly can. But there are times for myself where, my three favorite things are cheese, butter, and bacon. And I make sure that they're, in the dish. I love, traditional cooking, French. I learned French, style cooking when I was in school. So we used a lot of butter, heavy cream, cheese, and, so those have become some of my favorite things in the kitchen. But I'm very conscious about how I cook for my clients and those who are eating my food. I try not to be a hypocrite, but yeah, I love bacon like a lot. Again, this is Phillydachef. I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit of what I do and what I love with you. I look forward to servicing, you all and your family. I look forward to making memories with you in your special engagements. And, again, I can be reached at phillydachef@gmail.com. And you can definitely take a look at my work at www.phillydachef.com. Thank you so much.